Hey, I want to ask you a couple of questions. What if your breakthrough was one step away? What if the only thing standing between you and your victory was the decision to keep going? What if? Let's talk about it. Let's talk about what happens when you plant seeds, silence the doubts, and keep moving forward, no matter what. Hello. I want to talk to you today. I want to talk to you as someone who's been there. I've been at the bottom. Not even saying that I'm on the top, but I've been there. When I tell you growing up, and I was never that yo-yo dieter woman. I was never that yo-yo dieter child. At 9 years old, 10 years old, I was 175 pounds. And I just kept going up. Weight just kept going up. I used food for comfort. I ended up being 525 pounds. Yes, I've been there. I know what it felt like. I carry my weight on my bottom half. I know what it felt like not to be able to move my legs, elephant trucks. Someone that thought I might never, ever be able to do the things that I was able to do. And I'm still doing. What you gotta get out of your head is thinking with doubt. If you keep allowing doubt to overtake you, then you're never gonna get anywhere, right? I'm standing here today, I promise, because I didn't give up, because I kept putting that one foot in front of the other. And I promise you can too. I'm not talking to that doubter that even when you listen to someone else's success story, you're still going to doubt you because it can only happen for them. It can only happen to that person, or it can't happen to me. Why not? Why are you any different? Why? That you're anything in this life does not make it any less able for you to do it than someone else. It doesn't. This message I want to speak to anyone who's ever felt stuck. If you're a believer, if you're a doubter, if you're someone who thinks that you have tried and you keep failing, this is for you. I want you to think about something. What if your breakthrough is right around the corner? What if it's through the next door? What if it's through that next window you got to leap through? What if what you've been working on and working for is right there on the other side of that doubt that you just got in your head? Whatever that doubt is. What if you don't give up? What if I would have given up and I would have said, you know what? I'm losing everything. Let me give up on Joe because they're insecure. Let me give up on Joe because they're feeling some type of way about me excelling. There's some times in life what will happen. If you haven't gone through this yet, let me let you know some things that'll happen. You could be in a relationship with someone. You could have a boyfriend. You could have a husband who feels insecure because you're excelling or you're doing so much better and they are being left behind. They start feeling insecure because they're not elevating with you, right? If you're in a relationship with someone, then hey, let's inspire together. Let's motivate each other, right? Motivate each other. When you're in when you're in any kind of relationship, if you're a friend, let's motivate together. Let's keep pushing through together, right? Because I promise you can't make it on your own. Oh, no. You can't make it on your own, but you can't get anywhere unless you believe in yourself, right? Because you'll always have those doubters come and try to put a doubt in your mind and tell you something like, a friend of mine mentioned today, oh, you're going to burn yourself out. Oh, you're going to want to give up if you keep going forward and you keep trying to do it every single day. Oh, you can't do it every day. It's going to burn you out. You're going to have those negative people. You're going to have those negative thoughts either come in your own head or you hear it from someone else. You're going to get those. And then what are you going to do? Are you going to keep trying to go forward? What you need to do is you need to break through those. Because what if giving up today means you'll never see it? What if that is? You'll never see what you want to see. You'll never get to the place you want to get to. If that turtle would have ever given up, it would have never gotten to the finish line. It doesn't matter how slow you're going. It doesn't matter how much you fail. Get back up and try it again. Get back up and try it again. I was that child that was overweight. I was that child that was not an athlete. I was that child that I didn't know what I wanted to do. All I knew is that food made me feel more comfortable. It didn't hurt me. It didn't question me. That food just went in my mouth and I felt so much better. I was a cute girl. I was always a cute girl. But the more I kept getting heavier and heavier in weight, I started not being able to breathe well. I remember in my teenage years hearing of another teenager who had just stopped breathing in her sleep. And I remember thinking, that could happen to me. But did I change anything? No. But I remember that fear. But even having that fear, knowing it happened to someone else, I didn't bother trying to change. I didn't know how, right? And at the time, I'm going to age myself, but at the time, we didn't have this instant ability to Google or find things out, right? We didn't have those things at our fingertips that we have today that, hey, if I have a question on anything, I can just look it up. I can look it up and find out. No, that's not a medical advice at all. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about if you have questions on anything that you may not know, the ability is there today. There's really no excuse, right? I'm not even making excuses for myself. I'm just saying my reality. Because everyone's journey is different. Everyone's journey is different. Don't allow anyone else to tell you you're going to burn out because they don't know your journey. They don't know what you've been through. They don't know what you've already gone through and failed. So they don't know your current situation and determination to get through this time, right? Don't allow those. We've all heard it. We've heard that voice in our head saying, hey, why bother? You'll never make it. You've heard that. You've heard that. You've probably just told yourself that this morning. Why not change those things? Get up in the morning, have, things written on your wall telling you, hey, keep going. Smile. Just those little reminders to help you when you wake up in the morning. If you can't tell yourself, write it somewhere. Have it on your wall. I have on my son's wall, don't give up. Keep going. In the restroom, pick up that trash. Put away that towel. Those little reminders will go a long way. You may find it funny. You may find it immature. But whatever will help you, start there. I have on my wall right now, worry about nothing, pray about everything. Pray without ceasing. Those are my reminders for me because I need to be reminded. And you'll see that all over. I don't have any problem sharing the way that I've made it through. I wake up in the morning and I need a reminder to tell me, hey, don't give up. I have to have that reminder. Don't give up, because I have had those doubts in my mind. I've been there. I want to be here to try to inspire you, because I know what it is to not be able to get through each day and not know or have that doubt. Maybe someone else has told you, or you've told yourself, but here I am to tell you, let me tell you something. That voice, it's lying to you. It's holding you back. It's that chain that is holding you down and keeping you from just trying another chance, giving it another chance. That seed that you planted a long time ago, that seed you planted telling you that you wanted to try, that seed is planted in darkness. All seeds have to go in the dark. You may be in the dark too, but you are not alone. There's plenty of us who have been there. There's plenty of us that come from there. And I'm here to tell you, as long as you keep planting that seed and as long as you keep trying and moving forward, you're going to find the light. That seed will blossom and come out into the light. It will. But you have to keep watering it. You have to keep nourishing it. You have to keep at it. You will never know what it'll grow into if you don't keep trying. You won't find out. If you fail, it's okay. Just keep trying. Keep trying. One foot in front of the other. One step in front of the other. Just keep trying. Keep watering it. Because what would happen if you didn't quit? What would happen if you kept planting the seeds of faith? If you kept planting the seeds of determination? If you kept planting those seeds, that effort, just kept giving that effort, what kind of harvest would you see? What kind? You'll never know if you give up. You'll never know if you give up. I'm here today. I'm here today because I didn't give up. I had that relationship. That when you're losing weight and you come and tell them, hey, I'm only 20 pounds away from you. I'm only 20 pounds ahead of you. I weigh only 20 pounds ahead of you. And they said to me, oh, I've never dated someone that was under me or that weighed less than me. I'm going to have to get on the ball. That's what they said to me. How do you think that spoke to me? How do you think that was negative in my mind? It gave me that more incentive. And the more weight I lost, I'm not joking, the more weight I lost, the more they seeked people who were bigger. They married me. So I can give them this honor. I was 500 plus pounds and they loved me, acted like they loved me, and married me. Accepted me the way I was. 500 plus pounds. She could hardly move. She could hardly breathe. She could hardly sleep because I ended up finding out that I stopped breathing about 140 times a night. Between 130 and 140 times, I would stop breathing overnight. So I wasn't sleeping well. Let's right there. But they loved me, asked me to marry them, would prance me around, and everybody, they were very, very outspoken about, this is my wife, this is my girl, right? Treated me like I was really special. Walked in, surprised me at my job, and asked me to marry them, sang for me, serenaded me in front of my whole office. Treated me like I was very special. But as the years went on, I wanted to have a child. I decided I'm going to need to lose some weight for that. So I decided to use a tool. I decided 500 plus pounds, I'm going to need a little bit of help. I decided, hey, I used a tool. Yes, weight loss surgery is a tool. It's only a tool, though. Don't let anybody fool you. Granted, if you don't feel you can be inspired by someone who used a tool to start losing weight, that's okay. I understand. But I used that tool to jumpstart me. I promise. It wasn't anything that was easy. And it's still not easy today. Because it's not easy to eat maybe 2 ounces of food and try to feed a child too. You got to keep eating because you're not eating just for you. You're eating for two. Promise, that pregnancy was hard. But I made it through. I had a healthy child. But it caused me to gain weight again. So having to start over and do it again, it wasn't easy. There was plenty of times that I wanted to give up. But the more weight I lost, I didn't have that personal relationship helping me and inspiring me to lose the weight. I had to believe in me. I had to want to lose weight for me and my child, or those who I was raising and who were going to be looking at me today. I had to do it for that. I had to love that and them more than anything going on around me. I challenge you today, even when it feels impossible, even when the results are slow, because they go very slow sometimes, even when it feels like no one else understands or sees your effort. There's many times that I wanted others to acknowledge. I wanted other people's approval. I remember I've had people tell me, Joe, you're always looking for someone else to approve you. And that stems from different things in my life. But I had to come to a place where, you know what? It's no one else's approval that'll matter. One step in front of the other and learning that, you know what? I got to keep myself accountable. I started using my posts on social media to keep me accountable. I would tell myself, you know what? If I didn't do it, I didn't post it. Let me go ahead. Look, I went to the gym today and I posted it. Today's the day. I went to the gym and I'm posting it for my personal accountability. If it helps someone else, thank God, right? But it wasn't something that I was going to not do or do because I'm trying to get someone else's approval. No, I was getting my own approval and I was keeping myself accountable. That's what I used to keep myself accountable. Those small steps that I took every single day, I would just go ahead and do a post. And I'm just giving you an example of what I used. But that's how I started keeping myself accountable, because it didn't matter if I told my partner, it didn't matter if I told my husband, because they saw it as something negative, right? I can't tell you, let me go ahead and just post it and just keep myself accountable. Me knowing I'm posting it because I'm keeping a diary, a virtual diary of me doing what I'm supposed to be doing, what I feel I should be doing. Those small steps turned into big results every single day. I want to right now give a shout out. I want to give a shout out to those doubters, that negativity, that fear of failure. I want to give them a shout out, because if you're going to be out there giving other people negative thoughts, that means you're continuing to fail. That's what that means. You're not here to live a small life. You're not here to live a small life with those doubters. You're here to be victorious and to make it through that time when you thought you couldn't. You're here to make it through to the other side, to make it to that mountaintop. You're here for more than those doubters are. They don't want to get anywhere, but that's not what you're here for. You're here for that victory. You're here to be like everyone else, because you can do what everyone else has done. If you see others doing it, that means you can do it too. You can. I was that person who thought, well, I've lost the weight, but I'll never be able to have that extra skin taken off. I'll never be able to do that. And I'm about to go on my third round. But I thought I would never be able to. And it's not that I'm different from you, or I'm rich and you're not. No, it's planning. It's planting the seeds. It's doing one thing after another. Just keep striving, keep thriving, keep going, even when it feels like nothing is happening, even when it feels like that scale is not changing. Try on that piece of clothing and see how it fits. If it fits different, if it fits tighter, you're going in the wrong direction. If it feels bigger, you know you're going in the right direction. Don't take a number as something to tell you how you're doing. You find out for yourself, because I promise you'll be able to tell before any number on a scale will tell you. Don't get addicted to that scale. The clothes you've been wearing will tell you before that scale will ever tell you. Don't listen to anything, to any stranger out there telling you you're gonna burn out if you do it every day. Don't listen to them. You are stronger than you think. You're stronger than you can ever imagine, because you've been there. You've lived this journey. You've lived this life. So you can get through it, because you've already gotten this far. Going through everything you've gone through, you've made it this far. Your victory, your success, it might just be around the corner. But you'll never know if you give up. You'll never know how far you can get, because every time that I gave up, every time that I failed, you don't just start where you picked up, right? You're gonna start all over again, right? You gotta start all over again and trying every time you didn't do those fad diets, but every time you stop, gain it all back. And then you gotta start all over again where you started before. Where would you be if you never stopped? It doesn't matter if you have one day of failure. That doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you have 1 week of failure. Just keep going. Just keep going. Every step you take, every lesson you push through is building something greater. Every single one. Keep going, because one day you'll look back and you'll realize how much closer you are, how much closer you were than you thought you were. Just keep going. I promise. If you have any doubt in how far you can get, then don't give up. Don't give up, because you'll never know if you do. Keep pushing through with me. We are stronger together. Trust and believe.